What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Once again, it's Lotus Jackson, and I'm giving you the update, man. This video I came across, it's by KrystalTini. She puts out a bunch of great content, especially about what we're going through right now as a global society. Every so often, I'll find a video that I feel is very, very impactful, and it can really help to benefit you guys on a regular basis, and some things that are really worth paying attention to. This video where I'm going to show you is I'm definitely affected by it directly. I don't want to say anything too specific, just I'm doing my best to avoid censorship. However, I do, like I said, I do apologize for not putting out some content, but thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for staying tuned. And I hope you guys are staying safe. And this information is only to help benefit you guys and help keep you guys safe through this whole global catastrophe. Here you go.
Okay, so I found a really amazing documentary called 5G Apocalypse, and it's from over a year ago, or about a year ago. And the amount of information in this is unbelievable. I'm going to put a lot of clips at the end of this, but I encourage you to watch it. It's about an hour and a half long. There was one part of it where they did a study with 3 different people standing a foot away from a smart meter, and smart meters can be found outside of your home. They've been installing them without your permission and telling you that you have to have them when in reality you actually don't have to have them because they are very dangerous, because again, it's just another source of radiation that you are being beamed with. So all 3 of them, after 1 minute, their cell formation completely changed. So they were calling it the degradation of cells. And what happened to all 3 people is either the cells were clumping together and literally breaking off the walls of a cell. They were completely clumping together, which was caused one woman to have to step away after 45 seconds because she got a massive headache. So it just shows how dangerous it is to be to be near a smart meter for a minute long, let alone the amount of time that you are exposed to this stuff every single day. So there's another part. There's a bill called Senate 637 or 57. I'm going to put it in here. And that is a bill that passed to allow smart meters and to be installed everywhere, basically, or essentially. Okay, so the woman that was in Senate discussing the Wi-Fi and all the cell phone signal and everything, the radiation that we were being exposed to, she said, it's not like it's just your cell phone every single day. And obviously our cell phones are in our hands 24/7, or they're in our pocket, or they are somewhere touching our skin. I've seen women put them in their shirts, and literally you're just asking for cancer at that point. But besides the point, so you have your cell phone that you're exposed to, you have Wi-Fi routers, multiple. If you live in a building, or if you're in an office building, there's multiple Wi-Fi routers all over the place. You are being emitted with frequencies from satellites in the sky. You are being emitted now from 5G towers that are in your area. You are being emitted with this radiation from the LED lampposts that are on your street or outside of your bedroom window. You are being emitted by small cell towers that I discuss a lot. So it's not like it's only one form of radiation that you are being hit with. There are so many, and there are no safety testing. As I've mentioned before, there are absolutely no safety testing. And there's a scientist on this documentary that says this is one of the stupidest things humankind can ever have done, was to roll out this whole entire operation globally with no safety testing. Now, we know in other countries they have done lots of tests and things like that, and we know how bad it is, which is why some countries have actually banned the use of 5G. But this documentary really breaks it down. There are so many great activists in this. There are so many great physicians, scientists that will give you their explanation of how and why this is all going on. And like I said, notice the liability. Join my Facebook group so we can really get into all these different cities to send these out to city council members and these tech companies and all that stuff. Because it's only going to get worse, and you know that I am completely crazy about this whole thing. And it's all I can think about. I'm in Texas now and was in New Mexico yesterday or today, and where I was, there wasn't any 5G like up in the mountains, but right as soon as you get into a town, you start seeing the LED lights, and you start to see all of these trucks installing all this stuff. Everywhere I go, or everywhere that I have been going, you see these utility trucks installing 5G. It's amazing how massive of a rollout this is and how fast they're doing it. And another thing that they speak about is children with schooling. They're putting so many towers in your children's schools and how absolutely insanely dangerous it is for your child to be exposed to this for 8 hours or 6 hours of the day when they're going to school. So this is a really, really big one with all the footage that I'm going to put. It might be a 2-part. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to see what I can fit in this. But I will put the name of the documentary, Share Away. It is a year old, but it's so much information that has not been exposed to the public at all. And it's horrifying because we are at the brink of disaster. If you didn't think we were already there, wait till they operate this new technology at the rate that they're supposed to. If people are already getting sick, like I've already been sick being exposed to 60 gigahertz, apparently they're supposed to turn it up way, way, way higher, which is really scary. And they also talk about how there is a way to directly hit a specific person with this radiation frequency. So there's a lot of really crazy stuff in it, and some people say it's conspiracy theory. You can watch the documentary yourself, and you can come to your own conclusions. Don't listen to what I say. I encourage people not to listen to what I say. You can listen to my video, okay, great, but then you go and do your own research. I could be completely blowing smoke up people's asses. Who would know if you don't do your own research? That's why it's so important to really look at things for yourself. Because I can do this and put this information out there, but if you don't go and look for yourself, you're not going to really learn as much as you possibly can. Again, I'm going to talk about my Facebook group, DM me, and I will send you a link to it. It's really starting to grow right now, guys, and we just need to band together, whether you're from this country or from anywhere in the world. These notice of liabilities are for both national and international, as I've mentioned before. So sending you guys love, and hopefully you will love these clips because it's such good information for what is ahead for us, and continue to do your research. Love you guys.
Look, gentlemen, practice these words in front of the mirror. Although we are constantly exploring the subject, currently, there is no direct evidence that links cell phone usage to brain cancer.
I'm Sharon Goldberg. I'm an internal medicine physician. I've practiced medicine for 21 years, and my background is mostly academic, internal medicine, hospital-based, clinical research, and medical education.
Radiation.
Wireless radiation has biological effects, period.
My name is Dr. Angie Kolbeck. I've been reviewing the studies showing the impacts of wireless radiation on our health, and there are now thousands of studies showing the following adverse health impacts to wireless radiation: cancer, oxidative damage, DNA failure.
Things like memory, dizziness, anxiety, brain fog.
Headaches, nosebleeds, cognitive problem, exhaustion.
We have evidence of DNA damage, cardiomyopathy, which is the precursor of congestive heart failure.
Short and long-term memory loss, decreased attention spans, lower reaction times, even involuntary contractions of muscles causing misalignments of spines and jaws.
Breast cancer. We suddenly have breast cancer in women who have no DNA predisposition.
Disrupted immune function and change in stress proteins. Reproductive and fertility effects.
There are dozens and dozens of studies that show beyond any doubt what this radiation is doing to our sperm. Now, if you take the cell phone out of your pocket, the sperm will recuperate within 3 to 4 months. What would not recuperate would be the damage to the DNA of the sperm. That is irreparable. The wife of the ex-governor of Indiana was diagnosed with glioblastoma. Same brain tumor Ted Kennedy had and John McCain had. Did you look at John McCain's scar? This is a cell phone brain tumor. LeBron James, one of our sports people, had a salivary gland tumor. That is another cell phone tumor. You didn't hear about it because immediately after that was discovered, he was paid by Samsung to become their spokesperson.
Identifying targets and being able to lock onto targets. And not only that, it can specifically target you as an individual. So any judge sitting on an interesting case, let's say, any lawyer, any barrister, anybody doing any work that is potentially controversial, your life could be at threat. So the antenna design that you currently have on top of these LED streetlights masquerading as a control management system, it basically battlefield interrogation equipment. The first phased array unit was actually called Mammoth, used by the Germans during the Second World War to identify Allied aircraft. Obviously, things have moved on significantly since then.
We need to start measuring how much radiation are people being exposed to before we roll out 5G. There are 4 kinds of electromagnetic fields that we know are harmful to human health. So radio frequency radiation, magnetic fields, dirty electricity, and electric fields, okay? Our exposure, any given person, and all humans are affected by EMFs. What is our exposure in a day? It's not one cell phone. It's cell phones, it's multiple wireless networks, it's smart meters, it's cell towers. It's this sandwich, and it all adds up.
The data we're going to look at are all published science, testing results, or public standards. At the bottom end of the radiation scale of what's called power density or signal strength is the minimum level at which cell phones will work, which was found to be 0.2 billionths of a microwatt per centimeter squared. Pine needles were found to age prematurely at 0.000027. At short-term exposures of 0.05, children aged 8 to 17 experienced headache, irritation, concentration difficulties, and behavioral problems. 0.1 is the Biobiology or Building Biology Guideline for extreme concern. 1.0 produced sperm DNA fragmentation and a decrease in sperm viability in vitro. Also at 1.0, the science shows the following bodily effects can occur: headaches, dizziness, fatigue, insomnia, chest pain, difficulty breathing, and indigestion. 2.5 saw altered calcium metabolism in heart muscle cells. 4.0, changes in the hippocampus affecting brain memory and learning. And at 6.0, DNA damage in cells. So, where are smart meters on this list? Electrical Power Institute in December 2010 measured a single Itron smart meter with pulses up to 7.93 microwatts per centimeter squared. Our own testing indicated approximately 8.0 with 1 meter. These tests are at a close distance, approximately 1 foot away from the meter, but an infant's crib can be just as close on the other side of the wall where the meter or bank of meters are installed. Even though there are all these known health effects at levels far lower, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, and Luxembourg see fit to set the standard at 9.5. And China, Poland, and Russia, 10.0. This is the same level at which behavior has been altered, producing reflexes of avoidance following 30-minute exposures. A room of 12 smart meters, very common and even a conservative number in an apartment building, tested at 19.8 microwatts per centimeter squared. This is hundreds of times higher than levels which clearly indicate harmful effects. So, how can utilities and governments get away with forcing these devices on everyone? This is how. In Canada and the US and several other civilized countries, the safety limit is set at 600 to 1,000 microwatts per centimeter squared. This so-called safety limit is literally tens of thousands of times higher than levels which are known to damage health, according to peer-reviewed published science.
Almost immediately, I had neighbours knocking on the door, talking about children bleeding from the nose. I had images posted on Facebook. And one neighbour in particular came to my door and mentioned the fact that since the LED street lighting had been installed, she was bleeding from the nose every single night. I thought it was unbelievable. However, I spoke to another neighbour who lived not far from the first lady who mentioned this, and she also confirmed that since the LED street lighting had been installed, she also had started to develop nosebleeds and had never had nosebleeds before in her life. That then put me on a journey to investigate. I measured microwave radiation levels from the transmitters on top of the LED streetlights. The basic 868 megahertz, it was significantly higher than the current Council of Europe 1815 resolution, which is a maximum of 600 millivolts. I've measured up to over 3,000 millivolts.
5 to 6 times higher than the guidelines.
Significantly higher than the current Council of Europe 1815 resolution, which states that 200 millivolts should be the maximum. The Bioinitiative report states that it should be significantly less than that. So we've got the Council of Europe, that's, you know, the international criminal courts are stating that, you know, the learned judges have said that 200 millivolts, and I'm measuring in bedrooms in Gateshead, minimum 600 and up to 4,000.
Does this mean that in 2020, 2021, when 5G is destined to roll out globally, that you're going to get those kind of readings everywhere all the time?
Everywhere all the time.
Worse than that?
Worse than that.
Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate y'all. If you enjoyed what you watched, be sure to smash that like button and go ahead and click the notification bell to be notified whenever a new video drops. Stay tuned for more content.
Like a diamond in the sky, you know. Look at the lobby, I get the party jumping, lovers are falling, something, someone lit with a 40 grip, talking, and we gon' roll from the floor to the top. No, stop until it's sunny, pass the Dasani bottle, fill up with the cardio, chillin' with the cardio, up like a bald eagle. I'm on, oh, I'm on, like a diamond in the sky, you know more. I've been looking for somebody just